What's up, everybody? Travis Smola, staff writer with Wide Open Spaces here, and I'm here with private lands biologist Chris Goldade of the South Dakota Game Fish and Parks Department. How you doing today?
Great. Yep.
All right, so why don't you just tell me a little bit about what makes South Dakota so special for pheasant hunting in particular?
Well, pheasant hunting, in South Dakota is a great tradition here. And we've had, 100 years or more of pheasant hunting. Pheasants need like a mix of grassland and cropland. And South Dakota just has that perfect mix, especially this area, South Dakota. We got a lot of public land in this specific area up here, so and a lot of really well managed private land, and people in South Dakota just love their pheasants.
Absolutely. So what specifically does Game Fish and Parks do to manage the pheasant hunting, to make it so great, to make this area such a destination spot? I mean, Aberdeen is just overrun with pheasant hunters right now.
Yeah, I mean, South Dakota Game Fish Parks, we have a great number of public lands up here in the northeast part of the state. They manage them for nesting cover. They do grass plantings and food plots and woody cover for winter habitat. And then we work with all the private landowners in the area to help improve their lands as well. As we know, the majority of our wildlife resides on private land, so it's very important to work with our private landowners, and some of them are gracious enough to open their land up to public hunting as well. So,
absolutely. Yeah. You were talking a little bit when we met this morning about this particular piece of public hunting area. Can you kind of tell our audience a little bit about this?
Yeah, I mean, this piece here is part of what's called the APC. The APC is the Aberdeen Pheasant Coalition here in Aberdeen, just in Brown County. That's where Aberdeen is. So the APC is a group of local businesses, banks, conservation groups, along with Pheasants Forever, our local Pheasants Forever group here. They're the lead of the APC, and what they did is they gathered $100,000 from donations from everyone, and use that money to put a payment on top of what Game Fish and Parks already paid for walk-in. So they put a $25 per acre increased payment so that these lands that they specifically selected to be good pheasant habitat would get enrolled into public hunting.
Absolutely, and we can actually hear them growing there in the background, so it definitely seems like a solid area.
It's a beautiful area, and it's a beautiful morning for it.
Yes. What tips do you have for someone who wants to come here and do like a DIY style hunt? How do they find an area like this?
Yeah, all these areas are marked in our public hunting atlas at the Game Fish and Parks. There's a printed version, there's an online version that you can use. The online version is great because sometimes there's updates that happen after the printing, but yeah, it's all in our atlas. The online version uses a GPS on your phone, so you can just drive around and see exactly where you are on the map. But scouting ahead of time, just like any hunting, is really necessary. Some of these areas get managed; they get hayed for managed haying, or because of the drought this year, they hayed even a few more acres. But you need to go around and scout and find that area that's next to a harvested crop field, like this one here that we're on this morning. I did a little scouting on it the other day before you guys showed up, and I seen that they were looking at combine in this field, so I knew this one might be a good one this morning. So.
Absolutely. What would be the best time for someone to schedule to come on up here?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that opening weekend, traditionally we always start the third weekend of October in South Dakota. It's a great weekend to start. Usually the weather's the best then, and you get those first birds, but a lot of our harvest isn't done by that point traditionally. And a lot of our pheasants are still out in those unharvested crop fields. So if you can schedule a little bit later in the season, like we are today, beginning of November, you can get a little better days sometimes. The birds get out of the harvested fields. And then, I love the late season hunt. That December, January hunt, we get 15, 20 inches of snow on the ground. There's nothing more exciting than watching a pheasant bust out of a snowdrift in front of you after a dog points it. So as long as you can play that weather, you can find a good day, even late season, to come up here and hunt them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what sort of weather should someone prepare for, regardless of the time of year that they're coming up?
Yeah, it's South Dakota, so yeah, I know it could be t-shirt weather, it could be, you know, 20 below and freezing rain and snow. So bring everything you got, you know, everything from the t-shirt to the heavy parka and gloves. You know, you know, you're never gonna know what you're gonna hit some days. And when the wind blows in South Dakota, the wind blows. So be prepared.
Oh, yes, yesterday we experienced that. The winds were blowing.
Yeah, be prepared for a windy day. You're not going to get many calm days like we have today right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're looking to you know, book with one of our local lodges or outfitters, many of those guys are booked a full year in advance. So yeah, you're gonna wanna start planning your hunt now for next year. You know, January. A lot of our local lodges are starting to book up already in January, but you know, there's plenty of places to shop around if you're looking for that experience as well. But that's what's awesome about the public land here in Northeast South Dakota is you could come and hunt public for a few days and maybe book one day with one of our local outfitters that has just a little room left in his schedule too. If you didn't get that full multi-day trip planned out with them, maybe you can squeeze one day in with our local guys too. Hunting on, you know, public land, things to remember on public land, you know, it's the walk-in and crap in those properties. So those are properties that Game Fish and Parks leases the hunting rights on, and they're privately owned. You can shoot lead shot on those fields. Okay. Properties that are owned by the state or federal government, so game production areas, waterfowl production areas, you have to use non-toxic shot on that. So my advice usually for someone that's looking to hunt public land is just use non-toxic shot, because you never know when you might see that game production area that you think, oh man, I want to go hunt that, and you
have the wrong
ammo in your pocket and you totally forget, you know, and just carry the non-toxic shot. I mean, it all works good, you know, so no reason to carry the lead around out in this public land really. But so, you know, traditionally South Dakota, you know, pheasant season starts at 10 a.m., which I don't know many other states where their season starts at 10 a.m. every day. That's just a South Dakota tradition. It used to start at noon for the first couple weeks and then go to 10 a.m., but now we've switched to all 10 a.m. It allows the hunters a chance to visit our local businesses, do a little shopping in town to support our local businesses, and then traditionally it was thought that it was to allow the farmers a chance to get their chores done before a bunch of hunters showed up at their door looking to hunt.
What was the deal with that?
That's
kind of nice because you don't have to get up really early in the morning.
Yeah, you're not out here busting sunrise trying to find a place to hunt. You know, you can take the morning relax, and you know, nobody needs to walk all day. I mean, I mean, you can take that easy morning and get a little breakfast in town before you come out to the public land and go hunt.